Welcome to day 70 on the CDT. Let me do some math real quick and verify. Yes. It's Wednesday, the 6th of July, and you can see I'm in a hotel room. So one of the outstanding questions from yesterday was, after essentially running up a bunch of 13ers and down them, and then hiking in the rain for 6 hours, was I going to press to get to Grand Lake, Grand Lake today? The answer is yes. It was about 26 miles today. I got here around 6 o'clock, and I ran into some people who have conflicting information regarding Rocky Mountain National Park being closed for the CDT hikers. So what I've decided is I'm going to hang here another day or an extra day in Grand Lake. I'm going to go up to the ranger station, a ranger office, which I think is like a mile and a half from here. And I'm going to ask them, one, is the entire thing closed? Because the public website says no, it's not. It meaning the route, the CDT route into Rocky Mountain. The second question I'm going to ask is, hey, this trail right here connects with the CDT route, and it is not in the closed section, and it means I can get out of Rocky Mountain National Park using this other route, like this other trail. Is that doable? Like, is that allowed? I just need confirmation, basically, that number one, the entire loop is not closed, and number two, I could use an alternate to finish my loop to go into Rocky, out of Rocky, and then keep on going north. So I've decided to go ahead and stay in Grand Lake an extra day to verify that information. I also got in a little bit late today, so I couldn't pick up my box from the post office, so I'll do that tomorrow. And depending on what the folks at Rocky Mountain tell me, then I'll make a decision how much food to carry and all that fun stuff. Today was, I wouldn't call it a rest day because it's 26 miles, but most of that was coming down from elevation. I think I camped, it was somewhere between 10 and 11, I'm not sure. And then we had immediately I had a climb this morning, and then we had another big climb, like 500 feet. But all of it was as we were going down. So it was not extremely taxing, which is good because my legs and my feet today, and actually my entire body, had one of those low energy days. Like, I think it was day 4 down in New Mexico. I had that low energy day. I've had one or two since. They haven't been low energy days, but I can definitely tell like my energy is not as high as other days. But today was definitely a low energy day. So the fact that I was able to press through, still get 26 miles in decent time. I think it was like 11 hours, if I did the math correct on that. So 11-ish hours. So that tells me that even if I have a low energy day, I can press through, which is great. I did not sleep well last night. It continued to rain after I got the tent up. It finally stopped raining, but everything was wet. So like as soon as I got here, I hung everything up and got everything out of my pack. So I'm in the process of getting everything dry. It's not surprising I had a low energy day considering what I've done since leaving Silverthorne. I haven't counted the numbers, but I believe I summited somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to 10 13ers, including the 5 yesterday. I summited a few high 12,000 foot peaks. I hiked the Argentine Spine. I hiked the James Peak Ridge yesterday. I hiked up to 200 feet below the summit of Grays before running off because of a lightning storm, or a thunderstorm with lightning. And it was 120. It's 126 miles, and I did it in 5.5 days. So I definitely had some, even though I was doing those ascents, I still had some high mileage days. So tomorrow's quote unquote rest day, as I investigate the Rocky Mountain stuff, probably is needed. The dinner I ordered from a local restaurant here in Grand Lake, when I ordered it, because I ordered carry out, the the guy at the bar was like, I'm sorry, your dinner comes with 2 sides. You want 2 more sides, and you want an appetizer, and you want a side of guac, and you want this too? And I was like, yeah, I want all of that. He was like, you must be a hiker. I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna shovel calories in. I've already started, and I'll shovel them in tomorrow, to help supplement what I'm eating on the trail. I think the one interesting thing about today, I did get sprinkled on today. So most of today was sunny, but a storm came late in the day, and it was to my left, but I got sprinkled on. So 18 days, the streak continues. One interesting thing that happened today was, I think it was like within 6 or 7 miles of town, and I turned a corner in the trail. It was a blind corner because I was going up, and not 10 feet from me was a moose. It was a bull moose, meaning a male. He was huge. I had been saying, like, shouting out like, hey bear, that kind of stuff. During the ascents, it's a little bit more difficult because you're like trying to breathe. And I rounded that corner, and this gentleman, it could give 2 shakes that I was there. He didn't run. He didn't charge me. He didn't let off any kind of sound. He looked at me and then slowly walked about 10 more feet away from me and stopped behind some trees and just waited for me to leave. He was nonplussed that I was around. His shoulder was about the same height as my shoulder. He was a big fella. He had a full rack. Like, it was, man, I got lucky that he was not spooked and charged me. Maybe he heard me huffing and puffing up the trail, and when I turned the corner, he's like, okay, whatever, and moved 10 more feet away. But so I've seen about 3 or 4 other moose before today, but that's the closest I've come to an animal that size on this hike, and he was a big fella. I did not have a chance to get my camera out, because as soon as he saw me, like, he started walking, and once he got behind the trees, like, the photo would not have done justice. So that's unfortunate, because he was a beautiful moose. They are some strong animals when you're up close. So that was a bit exciting. I definitely started yelling, hey bear, again, because he was at the top of the climb. So as soon as I rounded that corner and came up, I was able to start yelling, hey bear, to make sure that no animals were surprised by my presence. But oh man, that guy, he like looked at me and was like, all right, I guess I'll move. I'm sure as soon as I left, he moved right back to the spot to eat whatever he was eating, because he did not seem perturbed that I was there. I ran into another hiker. Her name's Bex. I ran into her when I was hiking the high point on the Colorado Trail, so it's been a few weeks, like before Creed and that kind of stuff. But it was good to see her. I ran into her yesterday. She dumped down into the valley and waited out the thunderstorm, and then came back up James. So she was, I guess, about a half mile behind me last night camping. Like, I hiked till 7:30, and it was because the sun was behind clouds. It was getting dark, and she hiked till like 8:30, and we both had late starts this morning. Like, She probably got started like 6:30-ish, and I got started like 6:55 or 6:50. The late starts were just because everything's soaked. It was cold, the mosquitoes were horrible. It's one of those situations where you're going to have a late start. And on top of that, I didn't sleep well. So Bex got into town as well. She is going to try to hike Rocky Mountain. I think she's going to try to do it tomorrow. So it was good to see her. It was nice to see that she was doing well. She's also, like, when the forest closed, she went up to Wyoming and hiked 200 miles. So as soon as she's a fast hiker, and as soon as we hit the border, she's going to jump ahead 200 miles. So I might not get to see her again, but it's fun to see, people that you ran into early in the trail, and or maybe a few weeks ago, and then because of resupplies and 0 days and all that stuff, you run into each other again. And you're like, how's it going? All that kind of fun stuff. So I got to hike with her for a few miles today, about 10 miles, and that was fun to chat and catch up. So shout out to all the thru hikers, and wherever you are, hopefully you're running into friends and acquaintances and people that you may have met earlier in the trail, and having those nice catch-ups. So I hope everyone's well. I will keep you abreast of the Rocky Mountain news tomorrow once I talk to the rangers. So either I'm hiking out to Steamboat Springs, or I get a chance to spend a day in Rocky Mountain and then head north. But it's hard to believe that I'm already getting close to the end of Colorado. I feel like I've run across the state. I think it's like 3-ish days to Steamboat, and Steamboat's only a few miles from Wyoming, so it could be 5 or 6 solid days of hiking, and then I'm in Wyoming. And then we hit the Great Basin, and that's where we try to catch up miles by hiking, huge mile days. So we'll see how things go. Again, I hope everyone's well. Thanks for watching the videos. Have a nice evening, and I'll talk to you folks later.